Alright, welcome back to another art time video. Today we're working on drawing a chameleon in a diorama of some form. So, as per usual, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Alright, anyways, this is some weird, unless that's the movie that they're watching up top. Yeah, I'm trying to get this done with today. So then, after we've done with this, we're gonna go on ahead and start working on the next episode of Minecraft RTC Edition. Well, not the next. What is it? 65th, I think we're on now. Pretty much everything is already set and taken care of for 64. Which is a pretty relaxed and decent episode. Got ourselves some expansion going on here. Of course, it's not fully done yet, so we're going to have to go on ahead and get that completely finished. But, yeah. We're going to be doing that later tonight. Get some stuff done with. Because there's a decent amount we got to get done with. As much as we can try to get done with, at least. Alright, so your eyes I'm going to have be a tiny bit brighter. Yeah, and after I finish up the episode, I'm probably going to work on the next mature drawing and get a head start on that as well. Which is, should take, but it hopefully shouldn't take too long. It depends really on, how many characters we have to draw here. Then after that, we gotta get working on class overview. There's just a lot of stuff that we gotta get worked on. There's just so much that we have to take care of here. But that's fine. If we go on ahead and get this stuff taken care of, then we'll just go on ahead and relax for some time. Probably not until August. Even after that, we can barely find any time to relax. Which is, there's not really a whole lot of reasons to relax. I got a lot of stuff that I want to make, of course. So I want to try to get a whole bunch done with as much as I possibly can. Probably not really that healthy. But, you know what, that's fine. I can deal with it. I have the ability to go on ahead and continue creating. I would like to lay down for a bit and relax, but we'll use up our energy here by getting so much done with, and then we'll probably get a head start sleep. Maybe at 3:30 we'll go lay in bed and then try to go to sleep earlier. Well, I say that, but watch, that's not going to actually happen. But it's fine. I've been doing this for a while now, and my body's getting used to it. Exhausted as all hell, but I'm able to power through, thankfully. So, this one is going to be a simple one. It's going to be a chameleon and a diorama of some form. It's going to be like a diorama-based nature kind of tank thing that this chameleon is living in. Oops. I need to switch over to this so we don't hear that. So it should be relatively simple. Maybe have an overhanging headlamp or some form. We'll see what happens. For now, though, we gotta try to get this to match somewhat the sides here. Somewhat. Oh yeah, I went back to the nostalgia trip and going ahead and watching Ed, Edd and Eddy on HBO Max. Good old nostalgia trip. Back to when I was young, and there wasn't hardly a whole lot that I had to worry about. Well, there were still issues even while I was young that I had to worry about. But I don't know, I feel like I would take those more than I would take the issues that we have currently in our life. But yeah, nostalgia trip. And apparently they do have all 5 seasons. I forgot you could just scroll the thing and see, oh, I can see all the 5 seasons. Nice, cool, great, fantastic. So we'll probably just do that, like, I don't know, every time we eat breakfast. Then we go home and watch our shows. Jujutsu Kaisen's about to end soon. We're on the last episode, so we're going to be finishing that off tomorrow. So I'm going to try to find another one to watch, I guess. Because from the looks of it, it really doesn't seem like Toonami is getting a whole lot of stuff on his schedule now, thanks to what's going on. And I am worried about Toonami's well-being. What with all the streaming nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. Thankfully, though, HBO Max got a decent amount of anime selection, so that's good. That's good to have. So we'll go on ahead and watch some of those. The ones that I haven't watched before, at least. I understand right now. We got one more episode left there, at the very least. And then we'll try to find something else. I'd have to look through it and see my options. But, yes. That's what we're going to be doing. So, yeah, originally I was having the Chameleon here with 2 fingers and whatnot, but when I was looking at its back legs here, I saw that it's got 3 claws on the back, so I had to imagine that it also had 3 claws in front here. And it's not as good. It could be more, you know, accurate and realistic to it, but it's fine. Because this is just a simple little doodle drawing, kind of. That's gonna take like probably a couple of hours or an hour and a half to fully make. We'll see. I don't know how much effort it's going to be to get the background part finished. The background doesn't feel like it's going to be that complex. But we'll see what happens. You guys will know because you will have the time frame. I'm over here not knowing how long this video is going to be. And yeah, sure, I could have gotten this done with, but I wanted to get a tiny bit of a head start and watch a video and do this at the same time. The class overview drawing I might have, like, reduced videos of. I'm probably not going to have that be like a huge part, like a 4-parter or whatnot. Mainly because I want to try to, like, take some time to draw without any video making. It's hard to come up with something to talk about every single day in the week. At least with Sonic Adventures 2 and Minecraft ROTC Edition, we can have creating and building upon our entire structures and chows and playing the game as the content instead of me just talking and coming up with commentary. Oh, and I was doing some research on the PCSX2 emulator thing, and apparently I need a PlayStation 2 to be able to, you know, grab some bio data nonsense or whatever, and have that actually be a thing, so that would be legal. Thankfully, I still have my PS2 at my mother's house, so I might pay a visit, you know, hang out with Miso, you know, and another cat, but not my cat, because obviously mother's cat. And we can go ahead probably, well, it depends. If we can grab a Pac-Man World 2, or we can figure out ways to get that to work and actually emulate it on my computer, then yeah, that would be great. We can make a Pac-Man World 2 series, and so later in the future, potentially, probably, maybe, mayhaps. Although it's kind of dumb that you can't just go on ahead and have like an emulator system, despite the fact that they don't really sell PS2s anymore, like through the normal means. Even for that matter of fact, PS2 price. How much does it cost? And why are you showing me it? Oh no, that's pounds. That's not what do you call it? That's different. PlayStation 2 system. Why is it 80? I mean, I guess technically that would make sense. And it's just easier for me to just go on ahead to my mom's house and figure out how to get the PS2 and all of that set up where it needs to be set up. figure that out, and then we'll have that going and ready to go. We won't worry about it right now, though. This is like in the future. We're going to be worrying about Unity soon. But for now, I gotta focus on trying to get a whole bunch of drawings finished. All the hardcore mature drawings for July, I mean, is all taken care of. All I gotta do is in July, I gotta post it with and make a story. The stories for both of them. I'll do it in a separate instance, so it feels like it's, you know, being released at like a preferable time. The idea here is to get those done with pretty early on a month that's not that entirely hectic and busy. And we did it. We did get that done with. Of course, this week is going to be hectic and busy, because there's still Miss Mogulu in the class overview that I want to try to get done with. So there is still a decent amount that we have to do. It's a huge, lengthy process. I'm thinking about doing a little something called pattern texture. Like this. You do this, you gotta be 100. I wish you would stop going to the default one. I must be going to something that I'm not recognizing or remembering for that to do that. Let's see, 30? Yeah, 30 seems about good. I'm gonna go on ahead and make a pattern texture. Whoops. Remove this. And let's see. Yeah, why not? And instead of just leaving it be like a plain, normal colored chameleon, we'll give it a pattern texture on most of its body. Not a whole lot, though. Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Part of me was curious, because right now I'm learning a little bit about game, well, not right now, obviously, because I've got a lot of stuff that I have to take care of. But we're learning a little bit about game development and the platforming thing. Something that we could potentially do at some point in the future is remake this one game I made called Puzzle Madness, which probably is not going to be called Puzzle Madness if I were to decide to remake it at some point. Obviously not now. No. The main focus would have to be creating, what do you call it? Yeah, because Puzzle Madness needs 3D models. Because there are bosses in there that have 3D models, and I don't remember any of the bosses in this entire instance here. I only remember a few of the areas, or not a few, I remember a decent amount of the areas. There was a beach area, an underwater area, a cavern area, grasslands area, volcano area. I know there was a sky fortress area, and then the final metal fortress, or whatever that's called. But I forgot what the other one was. Maybe it was a laboratory, because I'm getting vague memories of the boss fight in there, and it being this weird electric boss thing. Or was that in the second part? There's 2 parts to this. And there was potentially a planned 3-part, and then things were just going to go off the rails. But if I were to ever remake this Puzzle Madness game under a new name, it's probably not going to have that. It would probably be a sequel. Oops. Or an expansion, who knows. But Puzzle Madness was a simple game. The character had like this particular kind of shape, and then it had, not eyes like this, but kind of like eyes like this, to an extent. Of course, I would change that to be more like professional looking instead of it just being like this cube moving back and forth. But yeah, that's something that we had done in the past. And we've lost it because of viruses and nonsense, and the files are gone, along with Arnold's Assault and a bunch of other things. I at least still got Labyrinth and like 2D Mechanica, which, by the way, Mechanica In my head, Mechanica is this 3D arcade shooter-esque kind of game, similar in the vein of Time Splitters, but its creation is like somewhat similar to what Mob Nation Racers has done when creating stuff. Obviously, it would be like completely different due to the fact that it's an FPS shooter. It would have like Borderlands-esque kind of statistics. I even had a... hold on, let me look back and see... sketchbook. I don't think that's the one. Or was it? I don't remember. I have a whole bunch of notebooks here and whatnot. Oh, that's the comics folder, and that's the broken old note that I had before. Was it in here, or was this all just sketchbooks? I don't remember. There's more sketchbooks in here. I had a lot of sketchbooks. Notepads, sketchbooks, whatever beeth the case, I drew in them in high school. Only after high school, sometime after it, my mother gave me this version of Photoshop to utilize, and this is what I've been using ever since. And who would have thought that it would have helped me when it comes to making money off of Patreon, which is great. Of course, it's a small amount, not a whole lot like left yet, obviously. But that's fine. Because it's going to take some time for us to build up an audience on Patreon. Whoops. And as soon as we can do that, the better. Alright, so here's the landscape here for the diorama. The thing is going to look like it's in a, what do you call it, department? I guess we could probably leave this as like an indentation or something. Like maybe this is the lizard's drinking water or whatnot. Got like a nice little rock mold here that allows for the drinking water to kind of just stagnate here. Kind of, so to speak. Yeah, because that's like going down here. So I guess what we could do is this. Make another little one of those molds there to like make it look like it's going here like that. Maybe there's like a water thing like right down here or something. Because lizards need to drink water too. So we go on ahead and give this little lizard a little area here to go and do things in. As for the food this lizard eats, well, it eats bugs, but we're not going to draw any bugs here. Or we could probably just draw a bunch of flies, maybe? Now, this is a diorama. Maybe it's just this lizard's little home that it goes to every now and again to, like, you know, do its thing. Oh, wait a minute, I don't want this to go here. Yeah, I remember the game-making days. And going back into Unity, while it is an unfamiliar system, I am brought back by nostalgia in some way, shape, or form. And I was like in, I think it was high school. Somewhere around high school is when I started making games. Or it could have been middle school. I think it was high school. I don't remember. But that's when I started making games in Game Maker. Started learning how to do things. And after high school, I made Labyrinth. Spent like time doing that. Really wish I could have gotten something more out of that, but I need to make my own music. Thanks to Dreams, I have a little bit of an understanding of how to make music to an extent. I am no expert by any means whatsoever, but I am a little bit more confident in creating music now, so as long as I am able to do that, we'll go on ahead and make music for a paint maze. A good test, you know? Also, it's good to want to just look up tutorials for all that stuff anyways, so, yeah. I'm not sure what I plan on doing with this little mini tree. This letter's probably confused. What's this little mini tree here? This tree doesn't seem like all the other trees that I have come across before in my lifespan. I wonder what the lizards think when they're in, like, this miniature set environment kind of deal. When they see that they're walking on walls and the environment surrounding them are smaller than they are usually used to. They must have a superiority complex whenever they see that kind of stuff. Alright, let's see. So there's that. I'll have that. Oops. We'll have that go in like so. Go up like so. And maybe a little bit down. Further down. There we go. And this tree right here is the backdrop tree. The backdrop will probably be, you know, like your usual everyday, jungle forest thingy, wherever the hell chameleons reside mostly. It's simple, but it's still got some of its complexities to it, to an extent. Alright, let me see, bring this up. And bring this over. Alright, okay. So this takes care of most of the background due to this particular part. So the rest is going to be all brush-based. Let's just get the quote-unquote dirt here done with. I have no reason to save this swatch, but I'll save it anyways. Animals, animals. OC Camorama. Yeah, sure, why not? And it'll reference the fact that this is a chameleon that was in this particular drawing here. Actually, wait, don't replace it. I could just delete these little swatches here and then do this. Man, so tired, exhausted. And I went to bed pretty late last night. It was a little over 8 o'clock, I think it was. Yeah, I know, I need to try to get a better sleeping schedule. Hard to do that when there's so much that I want to do. So much that I want to do, but not a lot of time to do it. Okay, so, rocks. Let's see. Here's a rock. Here's another rock, same one. And now we have our little water area. I want to try to do something different with this water here. So 20. Now that's the issue when it comes to water. Water is supposed to be clear, but there's a certain look when it comes to water going into an area like this. Clear water, kind of like right here. Something like that, right? Water. Oh, the dog is going berserk outside. Alright, let's see. Rock 2A. There we go. Stacking rocks. The rocks are glued together and stacked. Imagine this chameleon just sitting on his rock, and then the rock just kind of slides this way, and the chameleon's just like looks around, confused, and just walks on the wall. Yep, chameleon. Rock number 2. This one over here, this particular rock over here, is gonna probably be brownish. Yeah, like that. That'll work. Rock number 3. Yeah, we're gonna have some moss in here, some fake grass or whatnot. Why not? Alright, we'll have that go over here, and you be using that color there. And now for the tree. Let's see, is this the color we want? Whoops. Oh god. It's fine. There we go. This tree looks dead now, but wait until I go on ahead and do a little something like this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, here we are. Tree 1B. And of course, whoops, I don't want to do that. Boom. A nice sickly green color to, at the very least, make it look less real and more fake. Man, imagine having to get a crap ton of I'm trying to make a crap ton of leaves like this. And just glue them all together to make it look like a foliage branch kind of system. Obviously, if you're making a diorama and it's like this, you're not going to go on ahead and make like a crap ton of branches and stuff like that. Even though we could, but we're not. It is going to be a simple drawing. Simple. Probably going to have it like on a table here. But I'm going to focus on this first. Alright, now we got the backdrop, which I feel like should be a green teal color. Like so. Backdrop. Even though that part kind of doesn't matter. Alright, then we gotta do this. And we're gonna draw the trees in here. All gotta be on their own separate colored. And now a little bit more like this. Maybe kind of like this. Yeah, like a so. Tree to be. Alright, okay. So we got some trees over here. Trees right over here. Some trees over there. Or leaves, I mean. Leaves. Yes. Leaves all over the place. And this part is more like painting it, so we'll try to have a little bit more leaves surrounding a large majority of this area. A little bit more, but not too much. Try to leave some open. For the backdrop, I guess you would call it. Alright, good, great, fantastic. Tree 3B now. This part should be relatively simple. It's not a whole lot to really fill in here. Now for tree 3C. Yes, of course. Some of the tree in the back here, covering up most of that. Cover up most of this. And most of that. Alright, okay. So, now for the bushes. We should have a little bit more of a nice blue-esque kind of color. And we'll do something different for the bushes here. I'll do this one instead. Bring those in. Scatter them a tiny bit more. Alright, well, where do we want to go for this? So I guess we'll just have multiple different types of bushes here. Let me bring this to 70. Or 100. There we go. We have a small little bush right here. Small little bush right here. Oh wait, shit. Oh wait, no, that's fine. For a second there I thought I forgot the thing, but no, that's what it's supposed to look like. And then we'll go on ahead. Wait, where's this rock at? Actually, yeah, we'll just go ahead and put a bush right over here. Nice little happy bush. Okay, well, maybe that bush isn't too happy because it's kind of restricted and barely seen. This bush is a tiny bit happier, but not too much. Because it's, while it is showing a little bit, it's still hiding behind this rock over here. I guess technically, actually, yeah, I'll have some bush over here. Why not? Oh wait, shit. Where is this at? Ah, perfect. Why am I saying that's 2A when it should be 1B? Bush right over here. There we go. We'll put some moss on the rocks. Because why not? And I'll add a bush over here that kind of goes over that. There's a nice little heat lamp here for this little lizard, I think. Chameleons like heat lamps, right? I've never owned one before. We've only had like newts, and my cousins have owned bearded dragons before. So I don't exactly know anything about chameleons, and anything that, of which they go ahead and have. Let's see. Yeah, your tail's a little bit over the rock. I guess that's fine. I guess your tail can be over the rock. Alright, so now I'm going to have bush 2A here for this part. to cover up most of this. We'll have the bushes here be a tiny bit bigger, make it look like there's more to it. Like it's one of those Jungle Book-esque kind of settings, I guess. I'm not entirely too sure if that's accurate or not, but, you know. I don't really care too much right now. Yeah, we now dingled. Hell, you know, actually, we could have a nice little water area here, because why not? Alright, before I change anything, I need to save these bush layers in case I need to use them again. Now I need to make water. This will probably have a more blue look to it. Less, what do you call it? Less realistic and more artsy. Because this is a backdrop. Lest ye forget, this be a backdrop. Alright, now I gotta go here. White sparkles that up. That water over there. I don't even know you can see it. Oh wait. Of course you can't see it, because we're not in the thing. Now we should be in it, right? Oh god, it's taking a while to register. It's fine, everything is fine. Alright, good, great, fantastic. Let me grab these bushes again. Go back to here again, and then we'll have bushes on the side over here. Alright, bring that inwards. Ow, scatter that a tiny bit more. Push 3A. Oh wait, no, this will be 2C. Push it to a C. And we go on ahead, get some bushes here. No reason to have any grass here. Let's just have it all be bushes and stuff like that. Hiding in the bushes. Oh yeah, backdrop. Forgot that that's where that is right there. Alright, next up. More trees. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, here we go. 20 to cover up most of the top side here. Some to cover up the top side here. We'll have some of these leaves to cover up most of this. Some leaves to cover up most of this. Ow. And then we'll go over to tree 4B. I'll cover up you. And I think mayhaps we can go on ahead and have some tree stumps here. Nothing too hectic. We just gotta have this side look right where it needs to be. Damn, my back. I need more comfort. Alright, so let's cover this in. Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. Alright, the things are combining and making me think things are not what they're supposed to be. But it's fine, we're fine. Oh. And I want to utilize this new tactic that I have, that my brain has concocted, which relies on me utilizing something that is technically not supposed to be out of water. Nah, this is not what you think it is. This is vines. And these vines over here, oh, I'll show you. And look at those vines. Vines covering up most of this area over here. I should probably reduce the scatter as much as I can. That doesn't work. The scatter's at 0. There we go. Vines all over the place. Vines covering up some of the areas. Vines covering up some of that area back there. And there we go. Okay, that takes care of that department. Got some vines there, and that part's all that matters. Now I need to go over to the rocks over here. Man, I should just like take these brushes here and make them their own thing for once. Instead of having to keep constantly trying to change things up. Alright. So now I need you to go back to here. Ow. And this is rocks 2A. Since this has got to be on here, you're going to have to be like this. Got some rocks in the water. I'm sure that's healthy for Chameleon. Although Chameleons have to drink out of areas like this all the time, so I guess it depends on if the rocks here are like fake or whatnot. Then maybe it's a thing. This is a Camorama. This is not exactly anything, you know, special or important. It's literally just some kid's art project made for their lizard to just reside in and just relax and chill and all that stuff. Now the only thing that's missing is grass. Have some grass around here. And that's what we need now. Okay. So there's probably not going to be too much grass here. First, I'll have grass cover up most of the top side, so that means we need some grass here. Chances are some kid did grow all this stuff in this little diorama-esque kind of situation. Lizard just living here as an added bonus, thinking, oh hey, this is a nice place. A nice heap lamp for me to just stay in. But he can still move around whenever he wants. Doing whatever he wants, so long as he's, you know, in a safe spot. Not having to worry about getting attacked by anything in a nice, safe environment, you know. And it doesn't look like it's too far from home either. Some leaves back here, and I should take care of that. Alright. We're going to do the background a little bit later. For now, let's just work on this. How long have we been at this so far? Not bad. A little under 40 minutes. Alright, good. Great. Fantastic. What are you scratching for? Scratch your ears. Cadillac, scratch your ears. Alright, let's see. Alright, so now we gotta just shade in the rocks. This part should be relatively easy enough. Shade in the rocks where they need to be. Have things built in a certain way. Cover up most of this. Cover up some of this. And we got a nice little brown rock over here. I still want to put a moss in here though, but we'll worry about this part first. Should make things a little bit easier for me to figure out where everything needs to be, you know? So once we've done that, once we've gotten this taken care of, then we shouldn't have any issues getting the moss in or having to worry about all this, a whole bunch of stuff just getting in the way. Let me see, 20 or 15? 15's a little better, but it still feels off. Kind of. That's fine for now. Alright, rocks 2A. Even though we have 2A, so I'll call you 3A then. Alright, let's see. So we're gonna do a little bit of this here. This is all under the water, but you can barely tell. And it's fine. Nice little drinking area for a lizard. Clear water and all that stuff, right, cat? Well, it's not as clear due to what I have to do to make it look like it's actually water. That's fine. Because in our heads it is clear. just slightly exaggerated for our own benefits. Whoops. Bring this up. Shade this in. Get some of the bushes and all the leaves dealt with. Oh wait, that's in the same category. You should be 1B though, I think. Yeah, just about. Man, imagine building this for a lizard that just doesn't understand what any of it means. The lizard just takes a look at it and is like, oh, cool, that looks cool, I guess. And it just goes about doing its thing. Are you 1D? Ah, yes, you are 1D. You might be 1C then. This thing over here. Yep, you are 1C. I don't think I shaded this rock in, so let me just shade that in right now, shall I? Alright, now for the grass. That part's simple enough as well. I wonder how much grass is here, though. Shade that in. Shade this in. This. And then we gotta do this. There we go. Make that be the bottom part there. Make it look like it's dirt. Even though technically it would be cardboard at that point. Although I guess if you want to go for the full experience, you would try to remove any resemblance of human-made stuff inside of an area like this. So you'd probably cover that up with whatever fake dirt you would have for this entire area. Or real dirt. Real dirt isn't necessarily out of the question either. Oh, most of this probably is fully nature, except for the trees, because you can't get trees that size. Or you probably can. There are bonsai trees. But what are the chances that this is a bonsai tree, despite the fact that it looks nothing like one? It needs to be a fake tree, then. For the sake of this lizard to just have a nice little tree to just, like, look at or stand underneath for shade. If it ever needs shade for whatever reason. Right, Shade? There she is. Has her eyes closed. Or... Well, are you tired, Mew Mew? I should be the one that's tired. You can sleep whenever you want. I gotta freaking choose when to sleep. Or force myself to sleep at a certain time. And struggle because the body just for some reason can't handle it. Alright, let's see. Color in this portion, or color and shade in this portion, make this brighter. Just for the sake of it being brighter. Alright, now go on ahead and do this. Shade in that. Most of this is kind of hidden already, so yeah, that shouldn't be too much of an issue to get that finished. Let's see. I don't know what else to say. Just shade in, do this, do that, all that. Let me think for a second. Yeah, class overview is next. Yeah, I'll probably just make the mock brain horror drawing. Maybe we'll see with no videos. If I don't have anything to discuss, then yeah, that's probably maybe the case. I gotta find things to talk about. Well, I guess I say this many times, but I technically don't need to find things to talk about. Or you could just sit here, somewhat in silence, and just draw. You could just see me draw. But I don't know if I can physically do that. We're getting close to finishing this, though, so that's good. Still a little bit more work left to do, but alright, I forgot about the tree 1C, the tree C portions of these particular trees here. Right, how could I forget? Alright. Then we've got, where is it? 2C, there we go. Once I already did 2C. Oh, I already did 2C here. I just forgot to do it in one area. That's annoying. That's fine. I got so much to do. Almost too much. There's so much on my plate. It's I can't think of the word. Unrehensible? Is that the word? I don't know. Tired as fuck trying to make conversations. We could probably workshop that in pretty easily. There's so much that we are trying to do. Trying to make videos with a whole bunch of conversations. There's a lot of things to say. Not a lot on my head though. And now we're breaking into singing mode. Not really trying, but it's fine because we're bored. Not bored. Tired and exhausted out of our minds. Running out of things to say. What can I do? Well, that's fine. I'll just keep on working on this as much as I can. And I'm not going to try to figure out a way to workshop that into that. I give up. That's it. I give up. Alright, well, so far, so good. We're almost done with the shading here. Texturing shouldn't be too difficult either. And then after we've gotten all of this done with, we'll be able to start working on the moss area. Get the moss done with. Then after we've gotten the moss done with, we're gonna go on ahead and get the background done with. It's gonna look like it's inside of someone's house, most likely. Maybe a log cabin house, kind of. Yeah, sure, why not? A nature man with a log cabin house that his pet Chameleon, lives with inside of here. Nature man Brody. Nature man Randy Savage. Yes, Nature Man Randy Savage. He upgraded from Macho Man to Nature Man, and now he's out there suplexing canoes and being one with nature. Owning a whole bunch of exotic pets and taking really good care of them somehow. In an environment that which he lives in. He seems to really like animals. Alright, now for this portion over here. Oh my god, I'm so tired and exhausted. I'm sitting in this chair for too damn long. I'm gonna grab back support right here with this pillow. Maybe that will help. I don't know. Well, it's fine. We'll make this do for now. I remember this thing I wanted to talk about with the Ed and Eddie conversation. I already said it, but I'll say it again just in case I didn't say it. They sound so different in the first seasons. I only remember them for their voice in the later seasons. That's what I'm looking for. So it's so weird hearing them with their voices at this particular juncture. So many years later. Strange, isn't it? Really, Cat? She just She just slammed her stomach inside of the insect killing box by tripping on it. Are you okay, Nini? Why do you look so deranged right now? Alright, let's see. Whoops. You gotta be 50. Oh, that's right. And the things that they get away with in that show. Man, it's insane what cartoons were like back then. Now they're just so damn dumbed down. Where it's like... Because before, way back when, cartoons were like enjoyable for everybody. Not just for kids, but for adults too. Heavily influenced by early seasons of SpongeBob. Especially with the jokes that they made. But now, look at what's happened to SpongeBob. It's all kid-like. Not for everyone anymore. Just only for kids. Barely a plot to, like, follow. Plot as in, like... What's what I'm looking for? Consistency? That's the word. Consistency. Barely consistency to follow. And now with this new Patrick Star show, which I have not even bothered giving a chance, nor do I really watch any of that stuff anymore. I mean, the only show that we would ever go back and watch actively is Steven Universe. And even then, after that, we'd probably be watching it on the app. Or we'd still try to... Well, no. It depends on when that would be out. It would probably be on, the afternoons, 7 o'clock, so I would have to watch it on the app or DVR it. Assuming they would ever bring that show back. But it ended on a pretty good note. I would say that the only way they'd be able to bring that show back is if it wasn't focused on Steven anymore, but rather the Crystal Gems. And all the other gems. Why not? That seems like a nice idea. If they were to ever bring that back in some way, shape, or form. Also, did I... Oh, I didn't see the grass color, so let me do that. Or is that... No, that is different. This is different. Very slightly. Alright, now for the rest of the background. I guess I could do it as a rectangle. And I've said this before in previous videos, I think it was in our time, when the fact that I've been working on Unity. I think I kind of said it before here. Paint Maze doesn't need to have, like, any models or anything like that. All it needs is just a cube. Unity has the cube for me, right there, ready to go. That's all we technically need is the cube. Which is great, because that means all we need to do is learn the coding, figure out how all the coding works in Unity, and then we just gotta build the build the models of the cube whatnots. That'd probably be interesting now. To see how that works. Because the models that we're making here literally only is just a bunch of cubes. And think of it like Minecraft, but in MS Paint. And all the ground is white and all the walls are floors. That's essentially what it is. And I have a cube system set up in mind. And Dreams, the system that I was planning on having set up was just these giant cube things, and then we just decorate the entire area as best as we could to try to make it look good. But the cube thing is not going to work. No. What I need to do is make a tile system. And now that I've got a little bit of, a tiny bit, not a whole lot, just a tiny bit of experience with getting the main workarounds in Unity, there's still a lot that I have to learn. I now have an understanding on what I plan on doing inside of the, department? Oh, I forgot about the moss. It's fine, since this part isn't going to take too long, I might as well. I might as well get this done with. This will be like gold trimmings or whatnot. So if I want to build like this tube tile thing, I have it all as a prefab, I think it's called, if I remember correctly. So I build this prefab that's basically just a 25 by 25 block cube, and the blocks is by 1. It literally is a 1 by 1 scale. I'm going to have to figure out how the hell the detection pixel stuff works, because in Game Maker you detect the position of the things via pixels, and you do that. I imagine you can do that here. I just wonder what kind of math is used there. In Game Maker, the most common thing when making, like, I guess you would call it 32-bit games, is 32. Maths of 32. 16, 32, 48, 64, 72. We don't go far past 72, but if my math is correct, because it's 16, right? 88? Wait, hold on. 82. Wait, why am I remembering 72? That's wrong, because it's 74, then it goes by 6, and it's 82. So it's 19. Right. It's 32, 64, 96. But we don't really go to 82 that much, which makes sense because, obviously. How many is that, actually? By blocks, that would be like 1, 2, and 3, because this is 32, this is 60, and that's that. That would be like 2.5 blocks. We've not made a game that had that 2.5 blocks in mind, so yeah, I guess it makes sense that I don't keep 82 in mind. But why is my brain giving me 72? Where was 72? What point did we use 72? Why am I vaguely remembering 72? It doesn't make any sense. We don't... That's not how math works. 64 does not go to 72 by 13. Also, that's brown. I want this to be green moss. So where does 72 come from? It came from somewhere. That's for certain. I don't know. Also, I want to kind of put ants here. Why not? Ants would be perfect for this lizard's dinner. Wait. Let me reduce the scatter a bit. How long have we been at this so far? Almost an hour. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're almost done with this, thankfully. So we'll have some moss here, maybe a tiny bit of moss here, but not a whole lot. Make it look like the moss is disposed a bit. Go over here and end off there. I guess not there then. I'll get some moss here as well, why not? And that'll be that for the moss. I'll just shade it in and all that stuff. But, yeah, back to what I was talking about before. There is definitely a way, coding-wise, for me to be able to have it, because Unity has its own collision physics engine kind of built right into it. So most of the time, you don't really have to do a whole lot when it comes to making codes for a physics engine and whatnot. I guess that's useful to an extent, but Paint Maze doesn't work off of that. Paint Maze works off of detecting a certain thing somewhere in the scene and then acting accordingly of that. And I'm assuming you can do that no problem by getting whatever it is whatever coding that you need to be able to, like, essentially set up where the things reside. Alright. Funny enough, these ant textures literally came off of a fetish drawing. I know. Strange, right? If any of y'all saw my DeviantArt, then you know where these things came from. But what can you do? It's not that odd, but it is definitely different when you come into the aspect of that particular category. I would say it's more like sure, why not? I can live with it. I can go ahead and make that. And I might potentially do that like once, and then after that, never again, because it still feels weird. Still feels weird touching insect parties. And considering the fact that I am an insect killer, and my cat in training, who's barely doing a job at... There was this big fly around here that I just had to use this, smash the freaking walls to try to get it, because there's no way in hell I was going to be able to just do this foo style and kill it. No, that was never going to work. I had to go on ahead, take that box, and just smash where it's about to go, and then I nailed it. It was like at least this big, the corpse, maybe a little bit smaller, just around that point there. And you were doing a terrible job trying to kill it. How could you? You could have killed it, but you don't know how to do it. You've drowned a moth inside of your water dish before, but you're not going to be able to just simply go on ahead and kill a fly? A big fly like that you can easily get, no problem? Oh well. But yeah, it still feels strange that this is that was the first iteration of this ant texture stuff. I would say if there was anything that I would go off of insect-wise, it would have to be anthropomorphic. You know, anthropomorphic, that kind of stuff. Other than that, it's just a case of, do I want to leave this as an experience, or do I want to have it as an experience? Be like, say like, I did it. Don't know how I feel about it. I did experience it. Because that's the case with most of the mature drawings that I make. I only make them if I want to somewhat experience it myself. To an extent, of course. There are some things in it that are like, well, I would like to experience it, but I want to experience it in a way where I'm not going to be horribly mean, if you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I be talking about, innocent minds you'd be having. Innocent. Almost too innocent. Maybe you need to have that innocence stripped away. Otherwise, you will never experience life to the fullest. Well, anyways, yeah. That's something that I am somewhat curious to try out, if given an opportunity, and knowing that I'm going to come out fine on the end of it, and whatnot. What does this look like now? Alright, now let's make this a bit more steeper. A little bit more steeper, and that should be that. There we go. We do this for this portion. Whoops. And now we just go on ahead and do a little bit of this. Some texture time now. Let's see. Shouldn't be too much work or effort here. Yeah. I guess what I could do, for the sake of it not being too empty back here, I'll go on ahead and put a potted plant, or at least a plant that looks like it's coming out of a potted plant. Yeah, sure, why not? So that way it's not all like that, and has a little bit more going on to it. So we just bring it out like so, like that. Have a branch kind of coming out of it like so. Whoops. Whoops again. Do this. And now all we need to do is get a nice, somewhat of a light yellow. Yeah, that'll work. Tree number 4, even though, oh, whoops. Right, I gotta put it on its own there. Tree 5A, tree 5B. Now we gotta just put in the leaves, which is going to be probably light leaves here, most likely. Remove the ants, remove the ants. To like 60. And now a little bit more greener. Less dull. Yeah, I guess that works. Tree 5D. And then maybe a tiny bit underneath for tree 5E. Alright, okay. We're almost done here with the shading and texturing, and there's a shadow effects and all that stuff. That's not going to take too long. A little over an hour, not bad. Another nice and quick and simple art time video. Always good to want to have one of those instead of the lengthy ones that are like a two-parter and whatnot. But we can always increase the size of how this goes, of how far we can, or decrease the size of the videos. Then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get a little bit more view time. Because that seems to be an issue. We're just not getting any views whatsoever. Not even a single view. It really just makes me wonder if the YouTube algorithm is just like, no man, we're not going to show this to anybody. You are new. Despite the fact that you are making a crap ton of videos and keeping a consistent upload schedule every week, you are new, and we're not going to advertise your stuff. Although it's not like I'm following any trends, nor have I ever really followed any trends. So I guess technically that would make sense, since I'm not following a trend or anything like that. Or playing anything new. I literally am playing old games, and I have a series of new drawing. Oops. We should be a bit brighter. Not sure what kind of audience here I'm trying to acquire. Don't exactly really have an audience in mind. I'm just making whatever content creation-wise and uploading it. And that's fine by me. Even if that means I'm not going to get a whole bunch of stuff. At least it means that I'm making the things that I want to make, you know? But I at least have the ability to say that I can do that. What with the fact that I don't necessarily have to follow an algorithm and stay somewhat relevant to the masses. Still though, would be nice if we can get some assistance, YouTube. You don't have to just constantly leave our videos in the dark, never to be seen by the public eye. That's why I advertise on Twitter. YouTube ain't actually helping me when it comes to getting that stuff advertised. And also, since I assume since I'm not a member, it's not really going to help either way. I mean, yeah, the only way you can become a member is if you can get like what, $1,000 or $1,000, not dollars, view count, average around that, I think, either average or somewhere around that. And then you gotta have like, what, 1,000 subscribers or somewhere along the lines of that? I think that's what it is. I don't quite remember. We're not really trying very hard to, you know, increase those numbers right now. We're just doing our thing, enjoying our little YouTube channel, making what we can. That's all we really can do. You can't be too worried about numbers and whatnot. Although, yes, it would be nice to see that there are videos getting views. You can't worry about it too much. Just keep creating. Just keep creating. Just keep breathing. Leads in to give you a CPR-esque kiss. Friggin'. That's another weird story that I could talk about. What's his name again? JKR? Or is it JKL? SpongeBob. JKL. Ah, JKL, of course. Okay, I'll close that since I don't really need it. I'll tell you the weird story at a later date. If I can remember, that is to say. Okay, now you gotta be underneath that. Do this. Wait, where am I right now? Ah, yes, I'm here. I'll remove this from here, preemptively. Since we are going to be removing that anyways. Here we are. Horror. Game. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Nice. Fantastic. Okay, alright. So, that's another story there that we can tell in a later date at some point, who knows when. So many weird stories that we haven't really been talking about too much. But we lack a lot of them that I have to remember. I have to remember what a whole bunch of those weird stories were. If I can't remember, well, we're not going to really be able to tell any weird stories now, are we? Alright, so that takes care of this department. Got a nice little window here to showcase that. Light isn't going to be coming in through here. Light's going to be coming in from a heat lamp. That's what it's going to be, a heat lamp. Oh, not bad. Consider the fact that it's a diorama. And a chameleon. Chateaus, 1A. Alright, let me move everything back to here. We're close to being done. And after that, as soon as we do that, we're going to take a little break. And then we'll go on ahead and do a Minecraft video. Alright, let's just see. A little bit here, a little bit there. Fill this in, do this, do that. Alright. In the background, well, I guess that can just be its own thing. One full shadow layer, wherever it needs to be. Put some shadows underneath the trees so that we can get those trees all shadowed in. And since this is a painting, I guess technically we don't need shadows here, but we could probably have a tiny bit of shadows to make it look like that it's like one of my artwork being used for this chameleon. It's a little tank chamber kind of thing. Not a tank. This is far from a tank. This is just a diorama, an open source diorama for this here lizard, for this here chameleon to just lay upon, or live in. It's definitely made this area its home, so there's that, I guess. Okay, now for the fog. Do I need to save this? Am I going to use this for anything? I'll save it. Camorama home. Oh man, it's too hot for this. Everything feels sticky. Well, not really sticky. But you can kind of hear like a kind of Velcro-esque noise. It's not that sticky. It definitely does feel or sound like it would be, but it's not, thankfully. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I guess we could do that. And that will be a part of that in one department. And then we're going to go past the table and have a nice blue fog over here. Not blue, but like... not that one. Somewhere around like right here. Yeah, that'll work. And I guess what we could do is erase some of the sides here. Yeah, the sides here, erase that. That should do. And then after that, light rays. That should take care of the fog department. And now we just need to do this. Alright, now what kind of color light rays do we want? Pure orange? I guess the ray itself could be orange, and we can have some light orange happening in the effects area to make that look good. And this chameleon looks shifty as all hell. And going up onto here, not like blending in, obviously. How would I have it blend in? could probably try to come up with some blending in ideas. I could try that. Hold on. Let me finish up the lighting first. Then after we finish up the lighting, whoops, we gotta go on ahead. Maybe a tiny bit, not too much. Yeah, the lighting and the shadow rays, once we finish that part up, we're going to go on ahead and see if there's a way we can make the chameleon kind of blend in to an extent. That'll be interesting to see how that's going to work. Because I don't know how that's going to work. Could be just fine, really. Might not even be that big of an issue. But it's a good test. We got the base chameleon drawn in. Alright, now we gotta go do the shadow rays. I guess that's one thing I'd have to do. I'd have, whoops, not yet. I have to duplicate this. Or I have to move the effects, the fog, the shadows, and the shadow ray. Shadow ray is 1A. In the effects category. It honestly makes more sense to do it like that than have them be in that category instead, but that's fine. Yeah, like something that should be invisible is letting off shadows in this little area here. Alright, shadow rays 1B. Oh yeah, that's right, there's no fog here, forgot about that. They're like, wait, where's the fog? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. The chameleon fog is the one that gets that. Alright, well there is shadows here, there's not going to be any shadow rays in the background here right now. This isn't going to be completely dark. This is going to be, what do you call it? It is going to be brighter. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, brighter. Alright, let's see. Overlay. That overlay actually doesn't look too bad. 50. Maybe? Because we have it as pass through. Let me look through these for a second. There's normal, dissolve, darken, which I guess technically kind of makes sense. Man, that's so blended in that you can barely see it. Multiply, color burn, linear burn, lighten, screen, color dodge, linear dodge, overlay, soft light, vivid light. Wait. No, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light, pin light, difference, exclusion, hue, saturation, colors. It's hard to tell. Pass-through kind of works. Let me see what vivid lighting looks like. Too much. Overlay kind of works perfectly for this, but what if I did 50? I have to be like 70 or something. That's what they would be like, right? That's what the chameleons would look like if blending in. I don't know. I do like the way this kind of looks, though. Oddly enough. Yeah, looking at the chameleon now, it looks so goddamn weird looking, but I could just do this instead. Chameleon overlay. And it still works. Without it, it looks strange, but with it, it looks nice. Alright, well, that'll be fine. We don't have to have it fade in. Or blend in. But hey, we got a nice looking chameleon here. Way better than I did before. Alright, so light orange area. We're almost done. Now, probably going to take like a half-hour break once this is posted and all that. And then we'll get into Minecraft. Alright, let's see. Whoops, you need to go back to 100 for 100. And also, I need to do this just in case that didn't do the thing. So we're going to have light orange covering up most of it, like so. Then we're going to have yellow to bring some brightness to it. Yellow right here. Just about. And maybe some pink to balance out the orange-esque hue that we've got going here. Uh-oh. Now, guys, doing that thing again where it can't comprehend what's going on. And now it's not responding. There it goes. You really need to figure out a way to not have a conniption attack, computer. Alright, now we need some light blue areas in this point right here. Make it look like the light here is kind of like beaming down a bit. Maybe we'll have another yellow area, but have this one be different down here. So maybe like, I don't know, right here. Yeah, light blue, some yellows and whatnot. Make it look like it's got a nice, what do you call it here? I'll delete some of the bottom here, though, to try to make this a bit more, you know, like the thing's not able to get in and under. So that means I gotta try to do this without it going too far over up there. Maybe try to delete some of the bottom here. But that's not going to completely, like, look strange with where that's at. Yeah, like a nice little shaded in area for this lizard to reside in. Yeah, get rid of some of the light blue. And now I want some teal area right here. So I'll put in some teal, like, right over here. Not too teal. Needs to be brighter. Not that. Less vivid. Yeah, that'll work better. Covering most of this like so, I guess. To have most of this be tealed up. Not too much, but a decent amount. And then after that, I mean, I think there's still a few areas here that we can go on ahead and delete some of the yellows. So I'm going to look through this and figure that out. Yeah, like right here, for instance. Maybe a tiny bit there. And maybe a tiny bit beneath the chameleon to an extent. It's not too... Oh, wait. I'm doing the stupid. You're not deleting it. You're doing the stupid. There we go. No wonder why that looked weird. You weren't deleting it. You were just making more mess for us to worry about. Okay. Let me get rid of some of the yellow over here. Not too much over there. Leave that open as much as we can. Get rid of some of the bottom level layer lighting here. Try not to get rid of some of the top. Oh, wait, no. We had it, and now we have to try to get it back again. There we go. Try to get some of this deleted right here. This over here, kind of. Just so it's not all bright and yellow. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now for the sepia, and then this will be finished. What kind of sepia do we want, though? That kind of looks good, actually. Let me look around for more blue types. How about you? Too much. Too much again. Too bright. I mean, there's a good difference here. Looking at it from the side over here. We'll see. Let me try to look for more color swatches we can use. Not that one. Any yellows we can use here? A decent color yellow. Oh, that actually looks better. Alright, there we go. Awesome. Great. Glad we looked around. That looks better. Ah, yes, of course. I still kind of want to adjust this a bit, actually. Yeah, all that is yellow. I'll delete a decent amount of the yellow there. There we go. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. So, I'll delete some more still. Funny how we have all this yellow here, and then we're just deleting a decent amount of it to try to make it look a bit more natural. Well, there is shading here, after all, so yeah, it makes sense. So I think that's it. I think we're done. I just put all my tools back to where they need to be. And awesome. Alright, there we go, folks. So, as per usual, with effects, without effects, with effects, without effects. Huge difference. And of course, with overlay, without overlay. With overlay, without overlay. And we were planning on doing that with this fool? Yeah, no. This looks better. So there you go, folks. Another relatively short art time episode. We did the outlines for the Chameleon off camera, but that's fine. So, thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and of course check out that other playlist to see more of the episode, all the videos that we've done. Now, the previous episode of Art Time relies over here, and since this is, what do you call it, I'll just put the most recent episode of Sonic Adventures 2 Battle here. Anyways, folks, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.